This video is sponsored. Superhero shows are a basic commodity when it comes to television. Shows like The Flash and Arrow are the first to come to mind when you think of superhero shows. These shows all have something in common. They're from the CW. The CW network is comprised of mostly diverse actors and writers, which at first glance may not seem to be an issue when it comes to the show's story. To which, you're wrong. I have nothing against the hashtag SJW, which is a boomer way of saying men bad. CW tends to slide into social propaganda to, I guess, try to appeal to a larger audience. If they are, then it's not really good.
Poisonous to men?
Social agendas in media are good in of a sense that it won't be shoved right up in your face.
With you being a lesbian?
The world is different now.
If you're trying to spread a message towards a larger audience, that it shouldn't change your story or ruin the character's motivation. Films like The Joker allow us to be with the character, to understand why he's so pissed off, and to understand why he does what he does in the movie. This is a good story.
A mentally ill loner with a society that abandons him and treats him like trash!
Call the police,
I'll
Steve.
tell you what you
Call
get!
the police.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Not this.
I had a one-night stand. Kara, it's horrible. I'm terrible. It's such a guy thing to do. I am a horrible, terrible guy.
CW doesn't push their narrative forward, it does the exact opposite and makes the characters sound like absolute dipshits. The writers on these shows like to produce content that appeals to a larger audience besides superhero fans. Which is fine, but they do it just way too much. Legends, Supergirl, Black Lightning, and even Batwoman keep pushing racial, gay, and social justice agendas into their shows. I don't mind having racially diverse characters on these shows, but when it influences the story, I just lose all hope immediately. You could blame the budget, which also explains this.
It's Supergirl. It's lit. It's lit. We lit.
But you'll see when you suffer the way you made me suffer. You can't touch me without hurting yourself.
Oh, shit!
You brought me.
Oh!
We came prepared.
What the?
There's any of us now.
What's happening?
Sure.
Asian
What?
boy?
Dude, she just tracked him, bro.
On, now.
Oh, shit!
Yeah. But that doesn't excuse the fact that Daredevil, one of the greatest shows of all time, had an even lesser budget and managed to pull off better episodes than any of these shows ever have. I know it just sounds like me whitewashing on Supergirl, but when you see these things, they usually come from the show Supergirl, which pisses me off because that show delves into women's rights more than anything. The messages these shows are trying to portray makes you question if they're really positive or not. They can go from Supergirl trying to save the city from a plane crash, and then you have scenes like, "Yo dog, I need your help, man." Why? Because I'm the black one? To be honest, Black Lightning is the only show where they handle their messages correctly. You never hear about it, we see it, and the audience knows that the social prejudice is still there. That's good writing, not Sarah Lance traveling back in time just to have sex with the Queen of Italy. I'm not trying to sugarcoat the fact that I don't like these shows. I do like these shows, only when the story is there. Not when there's hashtag feminism. I don't even fucking know anymore. Us as the audience, that are probably also comic book fans, want a good show about our favorite characters. Not a PSA about social justice, black rights. Those can be key plot points, but it shouldn't alter the story or just fuck up the characters. In the end, these things are okay, but the CW has to take into consideration these things should make sense. They should make the characters sound more relatable and sound like actually good people.
To stop testosterone-driven windbags boasting about your big guns. Surely we don't need to measure anything.
Penis small! Penis small!